Hi, everybody. Diesel McLean here. Most of you know me already. Uh, Founder and developer at OKNet Software with our team of over 60 developers, engineers, designers, and partners that we work with here. Today, we're going to demo or do a demonstration on our newest product called Social Profits. So I will switch over here to the screen share and show you a little bit about it. So this is Social Profits, just went live in the Chrome store. What Social Profits allows you to do is it allows you to increase engagement by creating message segments and message groups inside of the Chrome extension to respond to on Facebook. So we're going to do a little demo video here where I'm going to show you. A lot of you guys, I had you ask just a couple of days ago if you would drop a hashtag social profits below for me in my little message here. And you'll see we had 21 people do so. So what we're going to do now is we're going to show you how it works. So I've already got Social Profits installed here, and I installed it. Recording this video to you guys will see it right here inside, so that you've got training for it and you can figure out how to use it. So you'll see that inside this extension here, here shortly in the future. So let's go ahead, and the first thing we'll do after you log in is you can come up here and click these three dots, and we can do message segments and message groups. So let's go ahead and build out one of those. So this message segment is going to say, this is going to be called, so we'll just call it Social Profits Tests. And the keyword we'll use will be first name. Thank you for helping us test out our new software. And we'll hit add, and we'll go ahead and create another one because we can spin these out and it doesn't have to always be the same message, which is really nice and good. Hey, and we'll comma first name. Thank you for your assistance in helping test out our latest software, Social Profits. And we'll hit add, and we'll go ahead and we'll save message segment. So now those are saved. You can go back in there and you can edit them and change them if you want. And you guys will see why these are useful here in a minute, because the plugin will actually allow you to respond to responses on the actual post, and then send a message as well. So when somebody does comment on these posts, like here, we'll be able to respond to these people automatically instead of having to do it manually one by one by one. And so we can set it up with time to increase the engagement, increase the exposure of the post, because every time there's a new comment, Facebook's algorithm looks as if it's a new post that pushes it back up on people's timelines. So that's what we're building up here. And so we've got that going. We did our segments, so let's now do our group. And we're going to add a message group, and we'll call this also Social Profits Test. And build message set. And we can do a message segment that we already created, static text or keywords. For this, we're just going to do a message segment, and then we can choose Social Profits. So we can add that, build another one, insert, go with static text, and we can say, you know, thank you for helping us test this out. Then we hit done, add, and then we've got both of those. So the one will be the same message we hit, and then the other one will be thank you for helping us test this out. And we'll save message group. Or actually that should be, erase that, redo that. Static text. Thank you for responding. We'll say engaging. Thank you for engaging on our post. And we'll click that. Now we hit add, and then we'll save. So now we got our message segment and our message group. Perfect. So now we'll come here to our post, and once you're on your page, you'll see your three dots here that you can click. And when you have Social Profits installed, you click Social Profits. and then you'll see a new window will pop up. You don't want to close it, and you want to wait a second. You'll see almost there. It's going to open it up and get it started. So this is the post title. This is what we called that post, and we'll call it Social Profits Test. This is just for you for in-house so that you can remember. You don't have to worry about the next part really. So this would be the Social Profits Test for the demo and training video. This is more for in-house, these first two, just so you remember what it is, especially when you have tons and tons of posts. All right, so now we can add multiple keywords that we're looking for. And if you remember correctly, the keyword we asked people to put in there is hashtag social profits. So we'll say social profits. So that's the keyword we're going to look for is social profits. So if they commented social profits, we're going to reply with this. So thank you for helping us test out our new software. Oops. And just a second, I have to let the puppy in. The joys of doing a live with animals. She got to go out. She got to come in. It's all up to her. All right, back to this. So our reply list, thank you for helping us test out the software. We're going to do a couple different versions here. Your engagement is greatly appreciated. Let's say, I see you know how to follow directions. Thank you for commenting. All right, so we got a couple different ones there. Now we can select message groups, and remember we corrected the message groups. We created those, so we'll select the one that says Social Profits Test. This would be the message that actually gets sent out to the users in response after it responds to the post. So the first thing it will do is it'll respond to the comment for us, and then we're going to go ahead and add the tag. So we're going to go ahead and tag the user. So like my buddy Ron here, it'll tag him and it'll say Ronald because we added the let me go ahead and move this out of the way so stop clicking the wrong one. We'll go ahead and tag users. So this will go ahead and say Ronald as it responds, you know, thank you for helping us test out the software. It'll give them one of these, kind of like if you guys are familiar with what spin text is, it's so that it's not always the same message over and over again because Facebook doesn't like that. So we'll go ahead and do that. You can enable fallback reply lists. So if for some reason they didn't type in the right keyword, and they typed in something else, we would respond on there like, you know, maybe that isn't what I asked you to do. And please try again. There we go. So if they responded something other than social profits, they would get one of these two messages. So, and then we'll tag the user too. One of the great things this has is that we can do time to reply. So again, Facebook doesn't like you to use software that much. They really don't want you to use any kind of automated processes. So when you use software and stuff like that, and we've got a bunch of them out there that you can use on Facebook, and there are a lot of other people that have them too that have some quality stuff, but not as good as ours. You know, we build and maintain and keep them going. But Facebook doesn't like you to use software and automated tools on Facebook. A lot of the platforms don't allow you to, or they don't like you to. Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, a lot of the big social media ones. We do have ways around that, and the smart thing to do is add a built-in timer. So you want to be careful and make sure that you take advantage of those timers, and so that you can send it out again and again and again. But you want to spin the messages, which is what our group messages and message segments we just showed you are. And then you want to set the time. So the other reason we have the timer in there too is to play part into the algorithm that they use. Is the more engagement you have on the post, the more it keeps showing up and up and up in people's timelines. So if you respond to a comment and then let's say wait an hour or wait a half an hour or 15 minutes or something, and then you respond to another person that had left a comment on your post, what you'll see is that post will keep getting pushed up again and again in people's timelines because there's new, fresh activity. So that's another reason why we've put this timer in there as well. So let me get back to that screen. And so that's where we're going to do this. Now, I'm going to just do it as 60 seconds. And the reason is just because we're doing the live and the demo here, I recommend you guys setting this to more than a minute. But for now, we're going to go ahead and do that. So we'll just add 1 second. We will pause after, let's say, 3 replies and take a pause for 1 minute. Now, I recommend, again, that you guys set these times for higher than a minute. We're just going to do this minute here for the demonstration so I can show you it doing it automatically for you on the live so you guys can see how it works and understand it. So you can also do the random delay timer, which I recommend too, after the pause, and then you can throw in random numbers. So that way it's not a consistent after 1 minute it starts again or after 2 minutes it starts again, because they'll catch on with that too. And then you can choose to start with the latest post engagement, which means whoever responded last. So in this post, whoever responded last here, we can have it respond to that person, or you can have it respond from the top working its way down. I like to go from the top working its way down. So I'm not going to turn on latest post engagement, but that's entirely up to you guys which direction you want to go. So now, again, we have this built out. We've got a title and a description, and the title and the description is for us in-house. The keyword is social profits that they were supposed to type. These are the replies we're going to send to them, and it's going to be random on which one they get. Thank you for helping us test out. Your engagement's appreciated. I see you know how to follow directions. Thank you for commenting. If they did not put social profits, we'll send another response to them. And those two that I just read up here real quick was, that's what I asked you to do. It's supposed to be, that is not what I asked you to do. And please try again. And then we're using our social profits message group, which again, we built out here in message groups. So it'll pull the message from there. We are going to tag the user. So when it responds, it'll use their name in the comment section. And then again, don't do the 60 seconds the minimum for the display time. You want a higher time than that. But in this instance, I use that time again, just for this demonstration. You want a couple minutes, 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes even. You can an hour, and you can just set this and walk away from it, let it run in the background. But we'll go ahead and save this social profits. Settings will be saved in the pop-up, and the window will be closed. So we hit OK, and now we go to View Post. Now I'll close that. Let me go ahead and reload the browser here. I probably took too long. I might have timed out. Let me get down to that post again. All right, so here we have it. And you can click it so you can go back in and you can change it and edit if you would like. And that's where you do it back on this screen. Or you can click here and you can start. So you can see the name of the post, and here's the description. And again, that was for in-house. So we can view the post, or we can have it start running. So this case, I'm going to hit start, and then you don't want to test anything else. This will do it all itself. So it takes a little bit to get it started, especially if you have tons of comments, or if you've ran it for a little while, maybe you responded to like 3 or 4 of the comments, and then you come back. So now you'll see it's working. And it is going ahead and it's going to respond to Ron here now, my buddy Ronald. So again, we have that delay in there of a minute. That's the minimum you can do is 60 seconds. Again, I don't recommend you do that. I recommend you stretch it out. But for this demo and this demonstration, we're going to do it. So what it's going to do is it's going to respond Ronald, because it's going to tag him in it. And then it's going to put out one of those messages, responses that we said for the post. So since he did do social profits and he did respond with the right thing, it'll say, thank you for commenting, or we're sending you the info now, because that is what we set up for it to say. If he responded something other than social profits, something other than the keyword we asked to respond, then it will respond with one of our other canned messages that we have, which in this case I did, that's not what I asked you to do, or please try again. So again, this delay, the minimum is a minute, so it should be doing it here any second. Don't do a minute. I would do it for a while. That way you have time to go back and respond. And that way you can keep pushing the post up and up and up people's timeline. So what it's going to do again is as soon as it posts this comment here on the reply, it will show up as a reply. And then what you'll see is we'll open up another window and we'll go ahead and send him a message that we created from our message segments. And that message will say, I think a couple of them said, hey, thanks for helping us test out our software, because we're doing this as a demo. So my recommendation is that you guys probably set this to 15 minutes to half an hour, maybe even an hour to respond to these. And then you can just set it and let it go. So if you guys have, a desktop where you can throw this up and you can just leave it running in the background and go, perfect. Or if you're like me and sometimes you still spend 20 hours a day working on a computer, then you just leave this running in the background. Again, if you send out too many messages all at the same time, and here we go, it sent out a message. So it's messaging Ron, and then you'll see it sent him the message and it said, thank you for responding. So we'll look at our messages here and you'll see it tagged him again and it said, Ronald, thank you for helping us test out our new software. So, and then it's moving on to the next one. Now I have it set up to go ahead and do 3 of these before it pauses. So you can set it up to have it pause after every single one for a couple of minutes, or you can just have it say, okay, respond probably to 3. So again, the reason you want to stretch out this engagement is because each time there's a new response to one of these comments is going to push it back up the timeline for people. So even though in this case, this post is almost 2 weeks old, actually, because we're just almost past midnight, when I put this out there to get people to try to start responding, we'll start seeing new responses on this. So I'd recommend in this scenario, maybe you respond to 2, and then you let it go for a little while, maybe an hour or 2. And then you go ahead and respond to 1 or 2 more. And then you can set all of those where we showed you in that timer, which I'll briefly go over again here after I let you see that it sent out another one. And again, I'm not pressing anything. I'm not touching anything. See, no hands, keeping my hands up. But it's really important to get that social engagement and to help play the algorithm. I like to say it's their world. We're just living in it. With what is it, more than half the world, almost 4 billion people or 4 billion accounts on Facebook. There's a lot of people on there. I'm sure a lot of you guys have done posts like this where you've looked for engagement, looked for people to respond. So then you can send them messages, and you know how tedious it can be. Because, let's say my largest post recently had 176 comments I had to respond to. That's a lot of people to have to go reply on here, send them a message independently, go back, reply to another one, send them a message. And again, you can't use the same message over and over and over again too close together, because Facebook will block you, because it'll look like you're spamming them or you're a bot doing it. So in this case, even though we are using the software, if you do it smart, and you'll see here where it's popping up and it's going to send Gary another message. So that'll pop up here at the bottom. Thank you for engaging in our post, and it's sent. And you'll see when we come here, sent. Thank you for engaging on our post. And it's sent, and it went right back to go ahead and doing the next one. So I'm going to go ahead and stop this now. So you just pop up here and you go ahead and hit stop, and then it closes that tab and you know that it's stopped. And if we look at this here, you will see there's the first one and there's the second one. Thank you for helping us test out our new software. Thank you for helping us test out our new software. And then you'll notice too, on Messenger, that we got different tags. One said, Ronald, thank you for helping us test out our new software. And Gary said, thank you for engaging on our post. So you can spin all those out so they look differently by building those message segments and those message groups. If you guys are familiar with spin text, that's basically what you're doing is you're building up new keywords and lists, and then you're going to throw them in there. And then based on how people react, it'll try to send out a random one each time. So it'll look like you're sending out new different messages each and every single time. So I wanted to demo that for you. I will go through these settings real quick one more time with you guys before I end this live. So you have social profits here. When you have these posts created, they will show up right here in the front. I'm going to get a video together or this video actually, now that we're recording, you'll see here as well. You can change your password in here, and then you can build out those segments and groups like we talked about, where we build out our messages that we want to send people And let's see, we also, then we looked at, we'll pull the options up again so we can hit social profits. And once this pops up here, you'll see it's real simple to do. You do a post title and description. Again, that's what shows up here. It's just for in-house, so you guys can see it. Nobody else can see that. Then you'll set your keywords, your reply list, the keywords the set keywords are the keywords you're going to reply to, and the different lists. And then you can choose your message groups, which we set up there, whether or not to tag the user, and then your time. And again, remember, this one's in seconds, this one's in minutes. This one is in seconds also, or this is after so many replies, it stops. So this will save you guys a ton of time engaging and nurturing with leads, because you'll be able to respond to them as they respond to you, and you'll be able to get that information out there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this demo and training to help you learn how to use social profits, and thanks for watching.